go.
I'm drink some water.
Yeah. Right.
Are we live?
Yep, it's just shush now.
Oh.
We're living on a disc, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does the stupidity. What Mallory the Flat Earther did to my ability to debate in my last stream. I want to start this stream by congratulating Mallory for being the first Flat Earther to ever beat me in debate. The second she tried to present evidence in the form of a furry foot fetish video. God, try saying that when you're drunk. She tried presenting evidence in the form of a furry foot fetish video, and it broke me. At that point, I was unable to debate her, and she technically won the debate. So congratulations, Mallory. Mallory will be coming back on Monday for Monday Night Debates, and she's bringing her dad. I'm not kidding. We will be having Mallory and her dad. Mallory is in her 30s, and her dad is in her 60s. Her dad is also a flat earther, and they're going to debate 2v1 against me. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So today what we're going to do is, it's not a flat earth debate today, so please ignore the thumbnail, that will be replaced. Today is a discussion about, is there a worldwide dark conspiracy? And we're talking to someone, we're talking to 44. 44, welcome to the channel.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for accepting a debate that's not about flat Earth.
That's
I hope
okay.
this will be very interesting and new for everybody, because I think this is a fundamental question today, and maybe it would help some people to understand why flat Earthers become flat Earthers. And as for myself, I don't believe the Earth is flat, because it isn't. But I really think there is a worldwide dark conspiracy, as you put it. And that's why that's what I want to debate today.
Right, so obviously I don't think there is a worldwide dark conspiracy. Frankly, I think humans are far too dumb to be able to organize something on that scale. I mean, just look at flat earthers, right? So you say you have prepared a little bit, a presentation for us, and
Yep.
you've assured me there is no furry foot fetish stuff in that presentation. Is that correct?
Are you disappointed? Or?
Well, I mean, if you want to show me the unabridged version later, that's fine. But for the purposes of the stream, if we can avoid that, that would be brilliant. Okay.
Okay. No, this is quite a serious presentation. I put it together this afternoon, so it's quick, but this is a great way to introduce. Consider it as the tip of the iceberg, because I've been researching it for more than 1 year now, and I can, obsessive, and there is a lot more to know. But this is just an introduction to why I think there is a conspiracy. So I'm gonna start the screen sharing
Yep.
now.
Start screen
And
sharing, and I'll put you up, Paul.
I just want to warn everyone, I'm French, and that's why I have a weird accent, and sometimes I will have trouble finding words and all that. But here we
You're
go.
French. I'd never have figured that out.
So can you see my screen?
Yep. One sec. Let me put that up. Sorry. No, I just want to pop out the chat first. Okay. Come on, computer. Sorry, computer's being slow. Right. Let's get you up. Yeah, go ahead. Over
Okay,
to you.
so I decided to introduce it with something quite topical, you know. We've been hearing about it a lot. It's Lil Nas X that's releasing his satanic shoes. And I'm just showing that because there is, you know, Luke 10:18, okay? So Luke 10:18 is a verse from the Bible, and it refers to Satan, and it says, I saw Satan from to earth like a lighting from heaven. So that's 10:18. I'm hearing an echo. I don't know why. Okay, I
No,
keep
it's
going.
okay.
Okay. So the first thing that made me discover that is Event 201. I don't know if you're familiar with Event 201. So Event 201 was a coronavirus pandemic simulation that happened a few months before the real thing began, you know. So I thought it was pretty weird, but what led me to discover what I discovered is the name of the thing, is the 201, you know, because I asked myself, why is it called 201? And trying to get the answer to that question, I discovered a lot of things that were really mind-blowing, and that's what I'm going to get into. So these are the people that organized the Event 201. You can see the World Economic Forum. It's Davos. I don't know if you know. Really powerful organization. Johns Hopkins, that is quite important for health in the United States. And of course, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is quite important. So what I want to show you now is the dates. The date is October 18, you know. And American write it 10/18. Exactly that, like that verse from the Bible, 10:18, that refers to Satan, you know. And it's one of the most important numbers that refers to Satan. Like there are not many numbers. So if you don't know that, you see that date and it just goes over your head. But if you initiated to the occult and you know what's up, you'll see that date and that will make you come in your pants because you're a satanic motherfucker and you like that shit. So that's the date. But okay, so the first question was why 201? But first, I want to show you that this is not a coincidence, the date, because before the same people organized another simulation that's called Clade X, and it happened May 15, 2018, you know. And the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic on the 11th of March. And when you measure between these two dates, you get 666 days. And that's the other half of the satanic shoes, you know. So you have the two main satanic numbers that are here present in a pandemic simulation that happened just before the real thing, organized by a really powerful organization, you know. And here, you know it's a satanic shoe, so you see that and you say, okay, it's obviously satanic. But there, you don't know about these simulations. And if you did, you wouldn't think about measuring that. You wouldn't see the date and notice anything weird. So when you know it's satanic, it's satanic. But when you don't know, you see it as a coincidence when it's really not. It's just the same satanic language here and there, you know. Okay, so I'll get into why 201 now, and that's the most important thing, and that's gonna lead into NASA later. So first, I'd like to shout out to my teacher, which is him, Gematria Effect. So as you can see, it's Gematria Effect 22. It's because he had 21 channels totally deleted by YouTube. He had 100,000 subs and then it gets deleted. So it's his 22nd channel, and he basically taught me most of what I'm going to present. I discovered some other stuff by myself, but he's the OG. So if you think I'm talking bullshit and you don't believe that, maybe don't go there because we don't need you. But if you find it interesting and want to learn more, I advise this channel because he's the best. He's been doing that for 8 years now, and every day, and having all your channels deleted and still going as strong after a long time like that, I think it's really impressive, you know. So that's the website I'll be using. It's called Gematrinator. It's basically a Gematria calculator. And right now, I'm going to explain what Gematria is. So here is my name here, and that's on the Gematria website. So my name has 4 different values, and as you see, 44 is the reduced value of my name. So the 4 different values are like that: A to Z, 1 to 26, and you add the letter up to get this value, the first one. The second one is called reduced. So what you do is, like, for example, J is the 10th letter, and you add 1 and 0 together, and that gives you 1, you know, and 1 and 1 together for K, and that gives you 2. So that's the second cipher. The third cipher, called reverse ordinal, is 1 to 26, but the alphabet is backwards. Z, Y, X to A is 26. And reverse full reduction is like full reduction, but with the reverse alphabet. So I don't know if that's clear, or that's basically the only thing you have to know about Gematria. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I'll keep going. So 201 is a number related. Yeah, Craig?
No, I'm just saying carry on.
What?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So 201 is a number relating to the Jesuits, okay? So the Jesuit order, which is the name of the order, is 201. This is the founder of the Jesuits. He's called Ignatius of Loyola, and his name is also 201. So now I think the best guy to introduce how Gematria is Pope Francis, because he's the first Jesuit Pope, and he uses every important Jesuit number. So he's Pope Francis. So first, his job, Catholic Pope, is 201. His name, his birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, is 212. And this is an extract from an article about where the Pope is living. So he's living in a house called Domus Sanctae Martae, and he's specifically living in room 201, suite 201, okay? And Domus Sanctae Martae is 201 also. And Pope Francis is the first overtly Jesuit Pope. Like, that's not me inventing that, that's a fact. You can see it on Wikipedia. I'll introduce you to another number, but it's not important for now, but maybe we can talk about it later. It is the second most important Jesuit number. So the Pope recently wrote, I'm hearing Nico. Okay. The Pope recently wrote an encyclical called Fratelli Tutti. It came out during the coronavirus pandemic, and it's about how we need a new world to face the challenges of coronavirus and of climate change. So Fratelli Tutti is 56. Pope, his job is 56 also. Coronavirus is 56, and I forgot the most important one. The most important one, wait a bit, Okay, never mind. Where is my presentation? Shit, I lost it. Okay. Society of Jesus, the other name of the Jesuit order, is also 56. This is very important. I forgot it, but the other name of the Jesuits, Society of Jesus, is 56. And the encyclical Fratelli Tutti is about coronavirus and climate change, which are both 56 also. And lastly, Pope Francis is 266 Pope. And this is relating to Jesus Hominum Salvator, which is a Jesuit motto. This is what EHS stands for in their logo. And if we look at their logo, you can see 3 nails over here. So the 3 nails are related to a belief that Jesus was crucified with his 3 nails. So it's quite a weird belief. You don't quite know why they are so. This is so important to them. But this belief is called Triclavianism, and it's important to them because it's 201. And I also wanted to point out that heliocentrism, the knowledge that everything is revolving around the sun, which is a Jesuit logo, is also 201. So 201, you see it's coming over and over and over. It's a very, very important number to the Jesuit. And this is Pope Francis. It's his first visit in Washington, D.C. And see the dates, September 23rd. And it's the 266th day of the year. So he's the 266th Pope, like the motto of the Jesuits, and he visits Washington, which used to be a Jesuit city. It used to be called Rome on the Potomac. And the most powerful guy in Washington was called Francis Pope at the time, when it was a Jesuit stronghold. So that's quite funny. But anyway, I'm getting carried away. And now I'm going to show you how, because the Pope using Gematria is not surprising, because Gematria comes from the Hebrews and the Greeks, and the Bible used to be in Hebrew, so it's quite logical that the Pope would know about Gematria and use it. But I want to show you that the Pope and your governments are interconnected in a way that you don't know yet. So I'm going to show you through the example of Joe Biden. But before I get into it, I want to warn you that I'm not political and I hate Donald Trump as much as Joe Biden, because Donald Trump, he did a ton of 201 and 66 and 666 and 56 ritual. He's as much of a Jesuit agent as Joe Biden. Both of them are two sides of the same coin. So I did 3 videos on Donald Trump, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I don't care. It's a bullshit. So I give Joe Biden as an example because he is the current president, and that's interesting. But that's not. That doesn't mean I'm a Trump supporter. So it's Joe Biden. So Joe Biden is the 46th president, okay, and he's also the second Catholic president. The first Catholic president was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and he was the 35th president, and he died at 46 years old. So when you see the Gematria of Catholic, you see it has the 45th, the 45, and the 46. So you see that the death of the first Catholic president was a Catholic ritual. Okay, so this is the date of. Okay, so now I want to show the ritual that happened before Joe Biden was elected, and my teacher was pointing to this ritual and saying there was no doubt that Joe Biden would be elected, and because of that. And there are rituals for every president. Trump had a ritual, Obama had a ritual. You can know who will become the president in advance when you know the secret language, because they are putting it out there in the news and you just don't see it, you know. And if you're interested, I can show you the previous presidents after that. But for now, we're going to stay on Joe Biden. So this is the birthday of the Pope. So what the Zach from Gematria Effect.News was pointing at is that the election on November the 3rd is happening 46 weeks exactly after the Pope birthday. And I know it sounds kind of silly to measure from the birthday, but it's like always what you have to do. That's what they do all the time in every of the rituals. So I know this is the first I'm showing you. So I know it seems silly, but it's not. It's like what they do. So 46 weeks. And this is Beau Biden. Beau Biden is Joe Biden's son. And he died at age 46 in May 30, 2015. And if you measure between the Pope birthday and the death of Beau Biden, it's 201 days. Okay, and as I showed you, the Pope is Mr. 201. And also between the election and the death of Beau Biden is exactly one, how do I say how do you say that? 1984. Okay, that's how you say. And we all know about 1984. And that's not over because this guy there is a Jesuit priest and he's called Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan. His name is 201. And he was the guy that was at the funeral of Beau Biden. Okay, he was the guy during the funeral. And he was also the guy that was at the inauguration of Joe Biden. So it was at the ritual before his election and after the election. And he has the 201, like it's like a confirmation, you know? It's like I don't know, he's there. And I also wanted to show you, this is from us.gov. This is the official name of the inauguration of the president. Inauguration of the president of the United States. It's 201, okay? And it always happens on January 20, which can be written 20/1. So this 201, after a 201 ritual, during inauguration day 201 on 20/1, it's madness. And I know it sounds crazy to think like, oh, he wouldn't sacrifice his son or whatever, but that's they are operating in a different way. Like they are satanic. They are truly satanic. They are sacrificing people by the numbers. That's what they do, and it's been going on for a while. And I could give a lot of other examples. I could talk about DMX, for example, that just died the other day. It's always the case. Like at first, when you find it as the first time, it's like, no, it's too crazy. But then you see how often enough it happens, and how it's been happening throughout history, and all of a sudden, it's like you see that's just how things work. So this is the death of Joe Biden, wife and daughters. That's kind of sad. I'm really sad that all of these people die. I mean, no disrespect, but I'm not the one that killed them. So they died on Limestone Road, which is 201. And I also wanted to show that Catholic and car crash in Gematria, they died in a car crash, are matching. And we just saw that Joe Biden died in a Catholic ritual because he died at age 46. So all that shit. And if you wanted last proof that Joe Biden is a satanic motherfucker, there is this. Sorry for cursing. I try to not. So there was this meme like text vote to 30330, and 30330 is the value of 2020 divided by 666. And there it's just I put an emoji, but it turned into a number. Okay, so that's the first example of a ritual linking the Pope with your actual president and showing that both of them are satanic pricks.
Okay, let's take a break because that's been a lot of information.
Yeah, I get that's a lot.
Well, I guess this is the second debate I've lost then because I don't even know where to start with that. So numerology isn't a thing. It doesn't mean anything. You can use numerology to make anything say anything. How does this apply to, for instance, people that speak Korean or Chinese or Japanese or any of those languages that don't use any of these characters? 666 isn't the number of the beast. That's completely incorrect. In fact, if you go back to the original writings of the Bible, there is no number of the beast, and the first appearance of a number of the beast was in fact 616. Only changed to 666 around 1600 apparently. So yeah. Also, there's the main fact that Satan isn't real. So nobody can be satanic. There's also the fact that Satanists aren't actually bad people regardless of Satan, because the 12 tenets of Satanism are like to protect and nurture and be good. So trying to say that they're satanic and stuff is kind of irrelevant. And my Red's rhetoric actually used numerology to prove that there was a relationship between O.J. Simpson and someone else, and O.J. Simpson was the bottom bitch. You can use numerology to say anything. None of this is. I mean, if I want to talk about this scientifically, the only thing I can say is correlation is not causation. Most of the words when you put it through this will actually, the higher percentage of the words will equal 201 or 46, because of the nature of the characters.
Actually, I get what you're saying. Like, this might be a coincidence and stuff, as you can prove with this. But first, I disagree with that assessment. Like, you can prove anything. That's just plain wrong. Because all of the Gematria researchers working on their own are noticing exactly the same rituals. Like we're not
There's
there
no
isn't
rituals.
a great deal of disagreement between us, and that's not because we're all going at the same source, but that's because we're just seeing the same numbers. Often a ritual is very explicit. Like there are not many ways to take it.
There is no rituals. You know,
I
mean,
know that
let's break this down to one of the most basic things that I can say, and that is that humans are too dumb to be able to do this. There is, the argument of there being some massive worldwide government that, is controlling everything doesn't work because humans are too dumb for that to work. I mean, the own community that I'm fucking part of can't even work together without fucking falling apart and jumping at each other's throats. What would make you think that humanity could organize a conspiracy on this scale and keep it from so many people? The fact is, humans are fucking idiots and could not do something on that scale. It's just all of this, everything you presented is just correlation. It's just going, well, this could be this, and if we put these numbers here. But like I said, if you change the characters to a language that don't, change the language to a language that doesn't use those particular characters, then the entire argument falls apart. It makes no sense. So, I mean, there is no massive conspiracy. Joe Biden was voted into office. It was all legitimate. That's nothing been planned. There was no pandemic. The coronavirus actually happened. The 201 thing was literally just a response to the fact that there had been a rising number of pandemics going on at the time. So they had something that would try and prepare us for the pandemic. Didn't fucking work. In fact, a big fucking waste of time.
Why on these two simulations there is on the first one there is a big 666, and on the second one there is like 1018. There are only two numbers on the satanic lineage. And it's like
that could have been a personal message from that guy with that fucking shoe. Who knows? But again, it's just correlation. There's nothing.
Well-known satanic, and there are only two.
It's not satanic. 666 isn't the number of the beast, though. You can't say that it's satanic when the number of the beast is actually 616.
Please, I know it used to be 616, and I also know it used to be in reference to the emperor, abstract, okay? So they can do whatever with it. Today, the devil number is 666, and that's how it is. And today, the language of the world is English and not Bangladesh or whatever, and that's how it is. And this is basically... an empire. It's like the Roman Catholic Church, they have controlled the world before, and they still control the world. And
no, they control their bit of the world, but they don't control the world now. It doesn't work like that. Again, there's no just because there is correlations with numbers in numerology, that doesn't mean anything. Nobody is planning all this and in the background putting all these little codes around. That doesn't happen. And I see you in the chat, Be the Change. One second. I see you in the chat, Be the Change. No, that's not an argument from incredulity. It's just this. There is no evidence of what he says. Numerology isn't a thing, and I've read the Bible more times than you have, Nathan. I can guarantee that.
Craig, if you want, we can go into it later, but I wrote a program that can calculate probabilities, So if you can evaluate the probability of what I'm showing being a coincidence, you can do that, because I did it. And there was a guy that was really disagreeing with me, and I showed him the program, and he's a programmer, and he was like, everything is good with the program. So if you want to really calculate and really get mathematical later, we can do it. But
again, correlation between numbers doesn't really mean anything. That's just not how the world works. It's simply not how the world works. There is no massive conspiracy between governments.
I wasn't done with 201. There's a lot more to go to, but why was even 201 called 201 in your opinion? Was like
because it was like well, I don't honestly don't know why it was called 201. It just was, that
yeah,
was the
but
name of the thing.
I
No,
know because
you think you know because you've come up with a correlation. 201 was
find a
simply
better
a
explanation.
pandemic simulation, which didn't fucking work because it didn't help us in dealing with the pandemic that came up after it. So you know,
Because it
if
wasn't
you're
about
trying.
that.
If you're trying to say that that was in place because they knew a pandemic was coming, then that's stupid because we didn't plan for the pandemic very well and it fucking wiped out over 3 million people.
Because their motto is order out of chaos. This is not by
Yeah, okay, but
accident,
you cannot do that, and obviously the coronavirus was not planned. It just fucking happened.
Okay, strictly a belief, like you're saying
No,
that.
no belief. No, there's no belief. The genome was sequenced after it was found. We know we can trace back from where it came. It was not planned. It just happened. Pandemics happen. Over the past 20 years, the amount of pandemics that humanity has had to encounter has increased more and more and more. This was bound to happen at some point. And at some point, there's going to be an even worse one, especially with what's happening with chickens and stuff. It's just an inevitability of humanity to have a pandemic. It wasn't planned. You don't plan to murder 3 million people.
This one was, and this one.
No, it was not. It was not planned. There is no evidence anywhere that it was planned. It is a virus that mutated.
Yeah.
Simple. You can't plan that.
It's a mutant virus that came out of P4.
Yeah, all viruses are mutants.
Okay, so it came from a pangolin, and even 201 is called like that.
No, there's no evidence it actually came from a pangolin.
So what? Where did it came from? Did it came
they
from
don't know the actual source. The closest relative of the virus that was originally discovered exists in bats that happen to live near Wuhan. But it's only a close relative, and they can only assume that the jump between species happened because of a mutation in the virus that existed in the bats. We don't know the exact transmission method to get to humans. What we do know is the virus was picked up by a human and it spread and mutated even more. You don't plan that, it just happens.
I strongly disagree, and just for the fact that like the tip of the iceberg, like I'm just getting started.
You don't plan for a virus to wipe out people, and you can't then control what's going to happen.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't, and there's no evidence that would ever be the case. You cannot control a virus in that way. It doesn't happen.
No,
you cannot control the spread of a virus. You can't decide what's going to happen.
You can really
and you can't say because there is a foundation that does pandemic drills and simulations, oh look, and then a fucking pandemic happens. That is just correlation. All you're doing is saying there is a correlation. This happened, then this happened. That's it.
That's the world economy.
Yeah, the world economy is pretty fucked right now. No, let's fuck the world economy. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They all got rich, okay?
No, they didn't.
They all got way more rich.
No,
okay?
Majority of people that had businesses and stuff have been wiped out.
Because all these guys were all...
Well, they had the good business. Just because some people got richer doesn't mean anything.
No,
I mean, my channel grew. Right, my channel has grown more than I thought. Hold on. My channel
grew because
everyone was
bored at home.
Yeah, exactly. My channel grew partly because of the coronavirus, right? So was my channel part of the plan?
No, because you're not a billionaire doing a simulation of coronavirus pandemic just before it happens. Bill Gates planned this. You didn't.
No, Bill Gates did not plan this. That is the most ridiculous thing to say. Bill Gates is a really amazing guy that gives away the majority of his money to try and help humanity.
We'll get into Bill Gates a bit later, okay?
No. Honestly, there is no point getting into Bill Gates because Bill Gates is nothing but a really rich, good guy that has put money the majority of his wealth has gone to helping humanity. That's it.
Yeah. And
right.
That's why he got even more rich.
That's why he got rich because we bought computers. He got rich because you and I are talking right now. That's because he got rich. He got rich because he was smart enough to fucking invent computer code and then steal a bunch of stuff from Steve Jobs and sell it as his own. But he got rich because he was a pretty good businessman and dead smart. He didn't get rich.
You know why he got rich? He got rich because his mother
because of computers.
Was a rich
because
woman,
of computers.
No, because IBM, which helped the Nazis during the Holocaust, by the way, financed
no, please don't bring up. Do not talk about the Holocaust.
No.
Let me be clear. Do not talk about the Holocaust.
IBM that started Microsoft. Sorry about mentioning the Holocaust. That just was a fact. But anyway, I was talking about Bill Gates and IBM. Okay, so if Bill Gates wasn't the son of Gates Senior and of his mother, he would be a super rich guy. He just did predatory tactics in a booming market with the help of the biggest American electronic company at the time. So
yeah,
saying,
he made computer stuff, and that's why he's rich.
Intelligent, smart, that's just fake. He's there because he's an aristocrat.
Okay, hold on. Right, I'll tell you why he's rich. When you went to school, did you use computers? Was there a computer in your school? Yeah. So when you go to the bank, do you use a computer? Yeah.
But
Are we talking right now? Thanks to computers.
Bill Gates didn't invent computer, no?
What he didn't invent computers, but the modern computer age is partly due to Bill Gates and what he has done, and the fact that we all bought Windows shit. Therefore, Bill Gates got really rich. That's it. And that's why Jeff Bezos is rich right now, is because we all buy shit off of Amazon. I buy loads of shit off of Amazon. Jeff Bezos is rich because of people like me. That's not planned.
Bill Gates is a stealer. He stole the software, and without IBM...
I'm not going to argue with the fact that I know that Bill Gates stole quite a few of his ideas from Steve Jobs and Wozniak, possibly. But he was also a much better businessman than a lot of them, and he did write a lot of his own code to actually do things in a very specific way that Windows did. Regardless of kind of being a bit of a dick at the time and maybe stealing some software from someone else, Bill Gates at this point is a very, very, very rich man that just wants to help humanity.
No, you know what he wants to do?
Yeah, Gary Little's right. Gates stole from Xerox, and Jobs then stole from Gates. But then
Gates right now, he has
there was stuff that Gates stole from Jobs as well. But interestingly, but again, none of this is evidence. Correlation is not causation.
I strongly disagree, and I maybe like to.
You think that correlation is causation?
I don't understand those words. They are too complicated.
You're making a correlation. You're making a link between one thing and another, and you're saying because that link exists, therefore that is the cause of it. That's correlation and causation. You're linking. In fact, you're confusing the two. I can make a correlation between many things. It doesn't mean that that's reality. This is the heart of being a conspiracist.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it isn't reality.
Black, hold on, one sec.
There are not many arguments,
Let me just respond to someone in chat a sec. Black Man of No Limit says Bill Gates created Windows viruses and then created antiviruses and charged people for them. That's incorrect. Bill Gates has never ever charged for antivirus software. In fact, the only antivirus software that has ever had anything to do with Bill Gates was package 3 with anything Windows up until 2014. Bill Gates has never sold antivirus products and didn't make viruses. The first computer virus was actually created in 1994 maybe 1984 by an Indian programmer who was angry at his boss. So no, that's completely false. Bill Gates has never sold antivirus software. He gave antivirus software away.
And a virus away too. He gave a virus away to everybody in 2000.
Bill Gates didn't give any viruses away. Just because people used his computers to make viruses.
No, right now, Bill Gates wants to go into cryptocurrency, identity, and worldwide.
Cryptocurrency is just a good thing to go into, really. I mean, I honestly don't fucking understand cryptocurrency, but I'm pretty aware that it's the currency of the future.
Where we'll go, but and the patent for his cryptocurrency is called 2020 060606. So I'm guessing you think
more causation. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but everything is a coincidence. Like he does
Yeah.
a pandemic simulation with satanic numbers and Python for cryptocurrency using body activity data with 666 on it. And he wants to block the sun, but the guy is a great guy,
He doesn't
amazing
want
guy.
to block. He
But
doesn't want
anyway,
to block the sun.
let's keep.
He's been talking about using particles to reflect some atmosphere, some sun rays to help lower the temperature of the planet. But it's just a thought and things they're looking into. Again, he's just trying to help the planet. Oh, the planet's too hot. What can I do to cool it down? Oh, there's a bunch of pandemics. What can I do to help? That's all Bill Gates is doing. But
and Bill Gates has also been financing research on CRISPR. You know CRISPR technology, CRISPR DNA?
yeah, cool. So he's helped finance some cloning technology and some DNA technology.
Yeah,
Big deal.
and he gave the money to Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know if you know, to give to the MIT at Harvard. And there are a lot of connections between Bill Gates and Epstein relating to artificial reproduction. So the guy wants to control money, identity, and reproduction.
He doesn't want to control them. He's helping, trying to make them better.
I refuse that a guy that may be satanic wants to control everything about everybody's life. I plain refuse. And this is one guy.
You know, Bill Gates doesn't actually do any of these things. He sets up the foundations and let other people deal with it. In fact, he's removed himself as CEO from the majority of the things that he does. Like
Microsoft after 33 years. Yeah. And Bill Gates is 33 in Gematria and 201, by the way. Bill Gates is 201. Bill Gates is 33. William Henry Gates is 201.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. I mean,
he's behind events too.
You know what's really spooky, right? Was that 4 years ago I was 33.
Yeah, but,
that's crazy, right?
No.
Is it not? I mean, doesn't that mean something special? I was 33 once.
Is your name 201 also this year? Because a name is for life, you know. And Bill Gates is not like just a name, a random name.
So,
William Henry Gates.
The name Craig hasn't always been the name Craig. In fact, it's changed throughout history. So, what if another spelling was used?
No, but listen, I wasn't done. The name William Henry Gates was transmitted for 4 generations. His father was called William Henry Gates. His grandfather was called William Henry Gates, and his grandfather was called that way too. So this is
so my dad's name is it's got Stanley in it. My middle name is Stanley, and then I gave my son the middle name Stanley as well. So I
the exact same names that?
I mean, it just happens. Yeah, and some families do. Some families do that. You know what? Some families fucking do that. Who cares?
Jesuit aristocrats do that. Yeah. But I'd like to get back to the presentation because we were really just getting started.
Yes. I mean, you were just getting started. Good lord.
No,
I'd
like
to
to
the
push it as quick as possible, and
okay. Go ahead.
I feel blue ball. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, this one will be more quick. I wanted to show one that goes back in time. So this is the logo of the CIA, as you can see, Central Intelligence Agency.
You need to start sharing again.
Of America. Sorry. Shit. Well, zoom like that and like that. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah. You're sharing.
So this is the logo of the CIA. You can see Central Intelligence Agency and United States of America. So as you can see, it's 201 also. Yeah. National Intelligence, what they are doing is 212. And it was created 201 days after the birthday of the Pope at the time. Don't you see it's 2-1 after the Pope birthday in the both ritual I'm showing. So 201 days after that. Pius the 12th is the name. And now I'm going into NASA. So that's why will be maybe more interesting for the people on here. So this is, we're going to start with the moon landing, which is I think you could say the biggest NASA accomplishment. People wouldn't disagree with that. And I'm not saying it's fake, okay? I'm not saying it's fake.
Thank fuck for that. It's enough crazy.
So this is the first man to walk on the moon. Neil Alden Armstrong, as you can see, 201. And I put the 84 there because the Jesuit order is 201 and 84. And you know the date of the moon landing, right? July 20th. And July 20 is the 201st day of the year. So the first man to walk on the moon has a name 201 and does it on the 201st day of the year. Okay. And now I'm gonna link 21 and 33 because the two are married together. And I know your channel knows about 33 because you've had debate with Russian Vids, I think.
Yeah, and his buddy boy 33, you see.
Yeah, but what I want to explain is why 33, and I don't think I've heard this explanation anywhere, and I think it's really interesting. So this is from the moon landing, like televised in 33 countries, Kennedy. So okay, I give more example. So even 201, you can see there is the orange. Orange is the only color that gives 33. I think it told you that already. And now we're going into Bill Gates. So this is an article from 2018, okay? Bill Gates called on US to lead fight against a pandemic that could kill 33 million. And it was in many journals at the time. This is the Washington Post, this is a big one, but this was in every journal. So as I told you, William Henry Gates is 21 and 84, exactly like the Jesuit order and Neil Armstrong. Bill Gates is 33. Corona is 33 too. And here you can see Microsoft logo at the time. And you can see a 3 here and a 3 there with the separation between the two. This is the drivers that killed Joe Biden wife and daughter. You can see he's 33 years old. And now I'm going to explain why 21 and 33 always go together. This is the words that are very important. The order and society of. As I told you, we are talking about the Jesuit order, okay? And the society of Jesus. So there are 233 in both the official names of the Jesuits. And as you know, society and order, it's quite important. Like it's basically what they do. So it's important to them, of course. I wanted also to mention the Illuminati, which were founded by Adam Weishaupt, which was a Jesuit Freemason. And the official name of the Illuminati is in English, which is the official language of Gematria. Like even in France and in other countries, the rituals are always done in English. English is the official language of the new Roman Empire, okay? And that's what England and the US and France are. So order of Illuminati 201, and as you say, it's order of Illuminati. So 33, 33, Illuminati. 33, 33, Jesuit in the middle. Society of Jesus. And I also wanted to mention the Bible because we are talking about the church, okay? So Bible is 33 and the Holy Bible is 201 with 33, 33 and something in the middle to make it 201. And
amazing
lastly,
how many things come out as 201, huh? Amazing. Amazing that wasn't the original spelling of Bible either. But carry on.
We don't care about what used to be. It's what's going on now. I don't know how long it has been going on, but it's clearly going on.
How do you spell Bible in French?
Bible is exactly the same.
How do you spell it in Spanish?
I think the same.
How do you spell it in Portuguese?
Likely the same. I don't know. I think it's the same in most countries.
How do you spell it? So in Italian, it's spelled
I don't think
the same.
You say Bibla or something like that. Or I think it's the
Haitian,
same in every country.
What about in Korean? How do you spell Bible in Chinese?
I don't know. I don't care. Like it's it's
or Korean.
It's not every country. It's the most important ones. I'm talking about the United States.
So it's every country that uses characters that you find in the Germanic languages, right?
No,
this doesn't include any countries that use like Eastern characters in their alphabets.
No, it's the English language is the official language of the new Catholic Church, Roman Catholic Church. It's the official language. There are other languages, but in time, everybody will speak English and that will be the language, and that's how it is.
It's not the biggest language in the world, right? There's bigger languages.
Yeah, but it is the language of the Jesuits.
What language do they speak in the Pope's place? What language do they speak there officially?
Where? I
Where the
didn't
Pope
get.
lives. In the Vatican, what language do they speak officially?
I don't know, Italian, I guess.
Yeah. So that's weird. But sorry, carry on.
It's the English Empire that expanded a lot, and that's what it is basically. So this is Walt Disney. He has a strong connection with NASA. He was best friend of Werner von Braun, and Werner von Braun was introduced in a Disney movie that's called Man in Space, released in 1955. And I just wanted to show you that he has all the same number. Walter Elias Disney, his name is 201, of course. There is a 666.
Can you show me a name that doesn't turn to 201?
There are a lot of things that doesn't turn to 201, but everything that's relating to NASA and power, and it's just a number that comes a lot.
So when Walter Ellis Disney was given his name as a child, they planned this at that point.
Yeah, because their parents,
right.
no, like if you part of the club, if you are initiated, you're gonna call your child accordingly, and he's gonna become important because he's educated in the secret society. It's like Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter. You're a sorcerer or you're not a sorcerer.
What do you get if you put Mickey Mouse into that?
I never tried.
Oh,
I'm not. You might think I'm always looking for stuff and stuff, but I haven't.
I mean, I'm looking at your next slide, and that's just like, wow, that's not even sixes. I mean, the 3 6s that you're saying there would all be written differently. Whereas if you were writing 6 in the same font, then they would all be the same. So I'm going to say that no, they're not 6s because they all look different according to that font.
Okay, this is not a font, by the way. This is this used to be written by him. Like it's not a font.
Yeah. Okay, so in that in that stylized version of Walt Disney's signature,
Club 33,
the 3 6s are not the same.
Is that a coincidence too? Club 33, black and white, dual-headed eagle. Is that also a coincidence?
What is Club 33?
Club 33 is a club for the elites at Disneyland.
Right, so one of my members, his local massage parlor is called Club 33. What's that mean?
No, but I'm saying this.
I've got a T-shirt you can buy on my store that says "Member of Club 33." What does that mean?
And that's pretty creepy, by the way.
Do you not want one? I'll give you half off if you wear it.
Actually, I'll buy one because I find it funny. But are you doing it ironically or?
Yeah, of course it bloody am.
Okay, but if it's
all this is ridiculous.
Disney wasn't being ironic. Like this is black and white, 33 and dual-headed eagle. It's like every Masonic symbol you can have in one drawing. This is not a coincidence. This is a Masonic club in Disneyland, and Disney. And this is the last slide.
I applied to the Freemasons on the internet and they let me in.
This is just the last slide. Okay. So 21, 33, 666, that's the main ones. There are a lot of others to know. But there was this guy that was arguing a lot with me, and he was saying Gematria and bullshit and stuff, especially about NASA. It was about NASA. And for the first time, I typed what NASA meant in the Gematria calculator. And you're going to say it's a coincidence too, of course. But of course, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. By the way, it being called administration makes no sense. I always thought it was agency, but it's not. Is of course 666. So NASA 33 to 1 666, Disney to Bill Gates to everybody does, but that's just a big coincidence. And I'm done with the slide.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I strongly disagree with that.
I mean, you can't argue with Billy Madison. I'm just saying.
I don't know the guy. Is that from a movie or something?
You've never seen Billy Madison?
No. I'm gonna look it up.
You've never seen Disgraceful.
Is that British?
Billy Madison with Adam Sandler.
No, but you know, I don't watch a lot of movie. I'm mostly on YouTube.
I
This
can
is old.
honestly, you being mostly on YouTube isn't something that I'm surprised about. If I'm completely honest.
The ratings are pretty bad on this movie. It's like 2.5 stars out of 5.
Oh, shut up! It's Billy Madison is one of the greats. Um, right, have you got access to that calculator? Because I want to try some things.
To what?
That calculator that
Yeah, of
figures
course,
out
of course.
the number. Let's put some random stuff in it and see what happens.
But that's not how you're supposed to use it, actually.
Oh, right, you just use it when you cherry pick.
No, like you put the names and you put the name of the organization, but you don't
Wait, let's
put
do that then. Let's see what happens. Let's put some names in it and see what happens, and let's put some organizations in and see what happens. Let's do it.
Maybe I can show you, like, actually what's the probability, the exact probability of NASA being 666 by coincidence. Like, give you a value with the program if you want.
Coincidences are coincidences. It doesn't matter what the probability is.
Right.
I mean, what do you think the probability is of the sun and the moon having roughly the same angular size in the sky when they are such different distances away? What do you think the probability of that is?
I think the probability of that is so insane that I personally believe that this is the world has been created. I believe in God personally, not in a a religious way, but I think the world was created.
I mean, the
And
universe
I
may
think
have had a creator. Who knows? But again, the fact that the odds of it are so small, does that mean that was necessarily planned to be like that by some higher power, or is it just a coincidence?
I personally think that this was planned to be like that by some kind of other higher power.
Well, except like 400,000 years ago, it wasn't like that. The angular size of the moon was a lot bigger then. So, I mean, was it just planned for this time? And in many years in the future, the angular size of the moon will be very different again compared to the sun as the moon moves towards us in a way. So, is it only perfectly planned for this particular point in human existence?
No, I mean, maybe a guy said that 400,000 years ago the moon was not in a perfect. But
well, no, we can see by the movements of the moon, the heliocentric model can predict the position of the moon throughout history, and we know that in the past it was a different angular size in the sky to what it is now. So if it was created to be perfect, that would mean that it was only created perfect for this specific time.
Listen, I'm willing to agree that the Earth is round, of course, but I strongly I often very disagree. No, not I disagree. I'm skeptical of scientists that extrapolate a lot in the past or in the future based on the current equation. I think
that's how predictive models work.
Yeah, but I think it's not a very like you don't know that you can speculate it, but this is not something we know for sure at all. And this
science never says anything for sure. That's not what science does. We get the most accurate data we can, and we assume that is true until some better information comes along. But extrapolation and prediction is a very big part of science.
You can have
my point, right, but my point with all this is numbers don't mean anything, and I guarantee you could create an entire other system of numerology and look for numbers and find stuff. Numerology doesn't show anything apart from a correlation between numbers.
These numbers.
And that's why I want to bring up the calculator. I want to see how many things we put into that calculator. Come up with 201 and 46 and stuff.
But I just want to say, numbers don't mean anything. It's like saying words don't mean anything. Of course, we created words. Of course, it's abstract.
Numbers in the way that you are trying to, numbers randomly pulled out of thin air and applying them to a random alphabet of a random language to find a correlation between random events isn't something that
the alphabet isn't random. The alphabet isn't random. This is not a random alphabet. This is the most used alphabet. And English
it's not the most used alphabet. The most used alphabet would be the Mandarin alphabet.
And I'm not talking about every country, but let's talk just about the United States. Like the United States is so influential in today's world. Like you don't all the billionaires coming from there are literally changing the world, and they are part of it. I'm not saying like
Part of what?
this
There's no,
thing is part
there
of
is
it. I'm
nothing.
saying Bill Gates is part of it because he is. Okay.
Right, what are you getting that calculator? Let me read some super chats because there may be some questions specifically for
Okay.
you. Thank you everyone for watching. This is not what I was quite expecting, and I said I have to change the thumbnail. Right, let's see what we've got. I'll see if there's any questions for you. We'll just read out what we have. Wow, quite a lot of super chats already. Sparky NJ says for $5, team needs to be a guest mod for your debate with Mallory. That will settle that discussion. Maybe we'll see what happens. And hello, Mallory, in the chat. I don't know if you saw my concession at the beginning that you're the first flat earther to beat me in debate. Mike G Weasel for £2 says, "Where's Team Skeptic? He should be moderator." Ozen for $5 says, "Something about human evolution and our nature causes people to see patterns when there are no patterns. If there is no actual link, it's coincidence." Yeah, I think numerology can almost be classed as a form of pareidolia, with the way that it makes you see patterns that aren't there.
You see shapes in inanimate objects, is that it? You see faces.
Yeah, but it's that. I mean, it's not just limited to that phenomenon. Pareidolia is the act of seeing a pattern to fill in the gaps that your brain does, and I think that numerology can be classed as a form of pareidolia.
But so you never believe that numerology is used? Like
No.
I've seen people say that. Like it's
Absolutely
like
not.
you rebuke it.
It's
But it was
a load
used,
of hokum.
it was used by the Greeks, by the Hebrews, and you just like we don't do it anymore. Why?
How was it used by the Greeks and the Hebrews?
It was used by the Greeks and Hebrews. The Hebrew alphabet is centered around Gematria. Okay, it was super important to them, and
Yeah,
the Greeks too.
that's
So
not the
if you
same
go
as
back
making
in history,
correlations with random numbers, is it?
they used to use numerology, and what I'm saying is we are still using numerology today. Not everybody, but the people that are initiated to it, and saying numerology can't be true, like you'll never accept.
Yeah,
it.
no,
Like,
you can never. Numerology is just correlation. That's always. That's why I say it's a form of pareidolia.
I don't really understand the word correlation. I should look the definition.
Yeah. David Keller for $5 says, "FTFE need a beer. I need a beer, and this guy does not make any sense. Please send help." I'm sorry. I apologize for your face palms in advance. Angel Gamer for $2 says, "What the fuck is this? A Dan Brown novel?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure that your entire presentation was in fact the plot to the Da Vinci Code, right?
I haven't watched it, so I don't know what it's about.
You read the book?
Nope.
Yeah, probably should.
But I know it's like hidden code.
Angel Gamer.
Inside. I know I'm gonna go for a smoke, but I keep you with me.
Okay. Serial 510 for $2 says, "Hope you're feeling better, FTFD. By the way, this guy is nuts." I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. I still struggle with pain every second of my life, and it's pretty hard to deal with at the moment. But thank you very much for your thoughts. Ozian for $2 says, "All powerful elites that can't shut him up." Yeah, I know. The fact that you're revealing all of this right now, you would think that they'd be shutting you down, but they're not. You're letting all their secrets out.
Okay, Craig, sorry. I'll answer to that in a minute, but let's talk about my teacher, for example. My teacher had his Gematria channel deleted 21 times. So, how many times?
Yeah, that's probably because he said things that were against the YouTube terms of service, like Nathan Thompson.
Like the term of service, when you can say anything about the coronavirus or 9/11 or the vaccine or every subject that the Jesuits are behind.
Yeah, again, it's when you create your YouTube channel, right? There's a box that you have to click that says you agree to the terms of service. If you tick that box, it means that if you put something on the channel that goes against those terms of service, they can remove your channel. And I can guarantee you that your teacher has had that happen 21 times. Then we've got Spud UK 78 chips for £5. Can someone tell me what the fuck is going on about? I don't understand any of it. Where is the evidence? Adrenaline Clone Slurper, €4 with a hippopotamus sticker. Thank you very much. Truth Nerd, €2. Whoa, I'm making popcorn. Exactly 201 kernels. Demoser for $20. Thank you. $20 that he played Plague Inc. and went, "Durr, that's how they did it." Have you ever played Plague Inc.?
Is that a video game?
Yeah.
I'm not too much into video game. I'm into drawing, painting, and watching YouTube and playing poker. That's basically it.
Wow. I mean, I understand why
I'm
you come to
also
the
a
conclusions you
student.
have, honestly. Richard Pudasev for $2 says, this guy in 3 words, correlation, causation, fallacy. Correct. Absolutely. Harry SK, $20 says, 44. Research the psychological phenomenon called delusions of reference. It means interpreting coincidences with events as having strong personal significance. I would suggest speaking to a psychologist.
I've had list. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Richard Pudasev for $2 says, send you another Facepalm bill, FTFE. Right, so you sent me money to say that you're sending me a bill. Do I have to give you the money back with the bill? Cheers, dude. Free Ron for $3.33. He has more claims and less evidence than a Flerf. At least he doesn't think the Earth is flat. Give it time. Wojciech Schmidt for 5CHF says, these are uncountably many. There are uncountably many connections you can possibly make. It's easy to pick the ones that fit any predefined narrative. What do you think about that?
I think he should try. He should try to. I don't know. You told me Team Skeptics demonstrated something very specific.
Red did, yeah.
But he should try to connect, like all these people I mentioned. He should try to connect them, maybe using another number, maybe not 201. He should try maybe, I don't know, 50.
I'll be interested to just.
59.
I'm gonna try and come up with a whole story
and see if you can prove something, and you'll see that you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with an entire story, and I'm gonna come up with an entire story and use numerology to prove it. Made me smile for $2 Canadian says Mallory here. Just want to say 44 is doing a great job. Hi Mallory, looking forward to our debate on Monday. Can I bring my dad to that debate, please? Wait, I wonder if my dad would do that. Richard Pudasev for $2 says, amendment Craig, it's now brain damage bill. Yeah, you're still sending me money to tell me you have a bill. Thank you. Roki Thane for $10 Canadian says, so what if Bill Gates becomes 33 in some weird way? As far as I'm aware, he didn't name himself, his parents did. Numerology is nonsense, they're just playing numbers.
Yep, his parents named it that way because they were part of the club too. There are a lot of pictures with Bill Gates, George Soros, Bill Gates Senior, George Soros, Ted Turner, and David Rockefeller. His dad was part of the elites, and that's why he was named that way.
So, Truth Nerds for €5 says Gates' name is actually William Henry Gates III, which gives 228 in simple Gematria. So you're also hand selecting the method. That means really bad cherry picking.
Okay, so William Henry Gates III. But he's the third because there was 3 William Henry Gates.
Well, but that's still his name. His full name is William Henry Gates III.
No, his name is William Henry Gates, and there is a third because he's the third William.
If you looked at his driver's license, it would say William Henry Gates III. If you looked at his birth certificate, it would say William Henry Gates III. If you looked at any official document regarding Bill Gates, it would say William Henry Gates III. That's his full name. So you have to use his full name, right?
Craig, would you agree that science is about prediction, right?
Prediction and experimentation, yes. And
predicting things in the right way, So my teacher, Zachary K. Hubbard from GematriaEffect.news, he wrote a book that I've read it that's called, it's there. And he released it, and there is a big part on Bill Gates, and he's saying that 2 very important numbers to Bill Gates, but mostly to his father, are 94 and 258. On top of 201 and 33, but 201 and 33 is like everyone. Not everyone, but every motherfucker. So, and in this book, he's telling 258, 93, 94, that's the Bill Gates specific number. And his dad, in 2020, died on the 258th day of the year at age 94, okay? And this guy, Zachary K. Hubbard, also predicted Prince's death on the day, he said the day Prince would die months in advance. He predicted George Bush Sr. death, okay? And he predicted like every Super Bowl finals. It's crazy what you can predict with it. It's like, it's real. It's real. I know you don't think it's real, but I just showed you the tip of the iceberg and it's fucking real. And I just hope some people will get
you ever heard of
curious
Nostradamus?
and find out.
You ever heard of Nostradamus? He made a whole bunch of predictions. Does that mean that he could see into the future?
He wasn't saying this guy is gonna die on this day.
Oh, he made some pretty specific predictions.
No, it wasn't specific. It was like astrology kind of. And also, you see, like you can make prediction comes true if you want and if you have power, you know. And I think our elites are kind of fond of Nostradamus in a way.
Okay, right, let's move on with the super chats. So we have Quinlan 1977 for €5 says, I think it's in French and I don't want to ruin it. 44 Sos Gentil et Taggle.
I want to see. Can I see?
44 Be a good boy and shut the fuck up, I think it says.
Okay.
Marek Seance for 10 PlayStation Network dollars says, just saying hello. Hello, dude. How you doing? Looking forward to getting that pillow. Maybe Dundee for $10 says, why is their motivation always some obscure supernatural stuff and the methodology is a bunch of random number rituals, even if true, such a sad outlook to acting like you can't do anything? So what I think he's saying that you just think everything is predetermined, right?
Like what? Everything? Like what?
Like
what,
all of modern society, pretty much.
No, I think some events are contrived, like coronavirus, like the event with the towers falling, okay? Like the world wars, for example. And I think a lot of events are contrived. But I don't think like everything is contrived. I don't think people are spying on me. I'm not crazy. I know what's contrived and I know what's not, because when it's contrived, you can see clearly if you know the language.
DJ Ronnie G for $20, thank you very much, says Gates probably has less altruistic intent, but I can't be certain. It might be a conflict of interest for him to have donated money to health journalism organizations. Beyond that, the numerology and flat earth are bullshit to me. What do you think about that?
I think flat earth is bullshit. I think the numerology is what you make of it. Like, it's like a language. Like, you can use it, you can not use it, and they are using it, and in a specific way. And once again, I've showed you like 1% of the most important thing. Like, I did 3 videos on Donald Trump, and he did so many 56 rituals just in 2020. You can see how it is to be an agent. It's like you have to live every day by the code. You perform rituals every week. Everything you do is perfect numbers, ritual. And there are not many people in that group, actually.
Roque Thane for $5 says, 44, you are just cherry picking, man. Do that in a grove, not on the internet.
Okay, so I cherry picked the man that walked on the moon? What should I put? There is one man that worked on the moon.
There's a lot of other things you could put in there.
There is one.
I wonder what Elon Musk would get. There's 3 Bill Gates. There's 3 Bill Gates. That's why there was the third after his name. But Johnny Marr for £2 has asked if he's a Flerf. No, he does not think the Earth is flat. BT Toast for $5 says, you asked about the calculator. He gave you a tryout for the dodgeball team. Don't worry, we're going to get to the calculator. We're going to get to that.
I'm on the calculator. We can use it whenever you want.
Richard Pudisev for $2 says numerology has changed over time. Also, China exists. Yeah, kind of my point. The entire evidence is null and void if you speak Chinese, right?
China doing anal test, right? Did you know that China, COVID, and anal?
I'm kind of glad that got out there. WebBard for €2 says,
on the day, it's 26, and it was on the perfect day.
Okay,
China,
right. WebBard
and COVID.
WebBard for €2 says the color of the Netherlands is orange. Are we evil?
No. Like if you put in your name and you have a 33, It doesn't mean you're evil, of course.
Oh,
That's
damn.
just
I wanted
stupid.
to see if I was 33. I was going to be happy.
No, you're not.
William,
I've looked. I've looked. You're not.
well, you haven't put in my full name.
Ah, okay, okay. That might be interesting, actually. Maybe you have a 201,
Craig, I
and if
don't
you have a
mind if people
201,
know Craig Stanley McNeil.
how do you write it?
Craig, Craig,
Yep,
Stanley, Stanley,
yep.
and McNeil, Mcneill.
Okay, so you have 190, which is nothing special.
Oh, I'm
82.
nothing special.
No, sorry. Like you haven't got any no remarkable, like 82, 296, and 107. Those are your four numbers. So no 33, no 56, no 201, and there are a lot of other numbers. Like I can introduce you to other number. Like for
See,
example,
flat
there are
earthers, I'm not part of the conspiracy.
what?
You've just proven that I'm not part of the massive conspiracy because a
No,
lot of flat earthers say that I am.
that's not how it works. But I know you're not part of the conspiracy.
William Foley for $4.99 says this guy is nuttier than a squirrel breakfast buffet. Fuck YouTube for $5 says PSA, I'm COVID-19 positive, get the vaccine. Yeah, everybody get the fucking vaccine. Whether it's been planned or not, irrelevant. Get the fucking vaccine. Would you get the vaccine?
No, of course not.
Why not? Why would you not want to immunize yourself against a deadly
And
virus?
this is not about the vaccine being dangerous, and I'm kind of scared of getting COVID-19 actually. But this is a matter. This is a boycott, you know.
Well, yeah, but that's a really, I've got to say, it's a selfish thing to do, frankly. Boycotting the vaccine because it means that you could possibly reinfect somebody else because you don't have the antibodies to fight off the virus.
Why? They would be immunized. I don't get it. They would be immunized, so why would I infect
because
them?
you could still carry a form of the virus that could mutate and reinfect somebody else, or infect people that are maybe immunocompromised that couldn't get the vaccine. If you're able to get the vaccine and you don't, you are being selfish and potentially killing people that are unable to get the vaccine. It's as simple as that. It's not about your personal beliefs. It's about protecting other people. It's the same as the mask. It's not really about protecting you. It's about protecting others. If you have the vaccine, you have less chance of infecting somebody else. To not get the vaccine is to potentially run the risk of infecting somebody that, for a medical reason, is unable to get the vaccine, is immunocompromised, but now has the virus because you have it because you didn't take the vaccine. It's not about you, it's about other people.
All of the people around me are going to take the vaccine. Most
doesn't
of them.
matter. It doesn't matter. You should, if you're able to take it, you should take it.
Everyone has
it's as simple as that. It will. That's the entire point. If everyone takes the vaccine, then it helps. If you can't take the vaccine, then anyway, wow, it's an entire other conversation. Design Song 1 for $5 says, can I please have a tin hat? I miss what my brain was like before I met this guy. Richard Pudasev for $2 says, the dumb is affecting me. Seriously, this is painful. Sorry. Webbar, €2. Will he go all in on double threes in poker? Do you play poker?
I actually always go all in on double four because that's my...
And
I lose a lot of the time. Double four is not good.
Roki Thane for $5 million says, 44, if I said 8 indicates immortality and found a bunch of people whose names add up to 8, does that make them immortal? Oh, he's frozen out. I hope he's frozen and that's not his actual face right now. Well, that's terrifying. Are you there?
What's... yeah, my internet connection had an issue.
So Roki Thane said, if they said that 8 indicates immortality and then found a bunch of people whose names add up to 8, does that then make them immortal?
What is this stupid question? I told you it's a language, it's abstract, it's like poetry, it's like arts.
It's nonsense, yes, right, I understand. Fragged Mind for $2 says, the only number we must concern ourselves with is 42. And he's absolutely right. You know why 42 is important?
Yeah, because it's the meaning of life, but you know that it's also the value of nigger, actually. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say it.
Yeah,
But
please.
I was saying it, quoting it, Oh, shit.
Yeah,
But it is
if the
the
channel,
number that has been...
if the stream suddenly goes off, guys, you know why. Please don't say that again, even if you are just quoting it.
I was quoting, it was educational. I wasn't telling
Yeah.
that way. But I know, sorry.
We started with a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy joke, and you brought in the N word. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Roki Thane for $5 says, "Is every number evil now? Get a grip, man. This guy's head whistles in a crosswind."
No, evil people are using numbers. Not every number are not evil. Number are neutral, but evil
What dictates
people
an
are
evil person?
What? Yeah, Bill
What?
Gates is an evil person. Yeah.
Wait, Bill Gates is kind of responsible for wiping out polio. How does that make him evil?
He wants to sterilize humanity, for example.
No, he doesn't.
Yep, he does.
No, he really doesn't.
There is this Amazon show that just came out. It's called Utopia. I don't know if you heard about it. There is this scientist in it that wants to get a virus out in the wild to sterilize everybody through a vaccine. And the scientist's name is Dr. Kevin Christie. And Dr. Kevin Christie has the two same reduced value as William Henry Gates. And the actor that's playing the scientist is called John Cusack, which has the two same reduced value.
John Cusack, the guy who's playing Q.
Yeah, John Cusack. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care what you're saying. Oh, guys, did you see that Q's going to be back in season 2 of Picard?
The show came out.
Oh my God.
Came out 33 days after.
Yeah. You just made me remember that Q's going to
by real events.
Yeah, you just made me remember that Q is going to be in season 2 of Picard, so I didn't really listen to what you said.
Picard is 33 in numerology.
Merp for £10 says, "This guy is as dumb as he is tedious. I've literally gotten a rash. Listen to him. This guy should try eating alphabetti spaghetti."
I don't mind dogs barking at me. It doesn't make me feel.
Let me just see if there's any more. OCN for $2 says, "Numerology proves that Kal-El is God." Kal-El would be a god if he was here, that's for sure. God the Scummer, £5. La numerologie est un conner. I probably said that wrong.
Was that French?
Maybe, I don't speak French. Numerology is bullshit, apparently, that was. It was possibly French, and I just insulted every French person by trying to speak French. I do apologize.
Your accent sounded very Spanish.
I mean, let's face it, the only French I remember is "J'habite dans la maison." I live in a house. J'habite à Coussay. I live in France. There we go. Tower of Steve, £1, no message. JG Man 2645, $9.99, no message. Small Time Art, $5. Why don't these anti-vaxxers prove their point and actively get infected? Got my first jab yesterday, and I'm totally all hail Lord Gates. Fine. Yeah, I don't think that necessarily you're an anti-vaxxer, are you? You're just boycotting the COVID vaccine, right? Yeah, which is dumb, but.
Yeah, it's just a boycott,
You really should get it. I mean, my wife got it, and apart from the tattoo of Bill Gates that appeared on her arm, she's absolutely fine. Richard Pudasev for $2 says, "How did you like Picard, FTFE? Good or bad?" Personally, I enjoyed it. I was very let down by the conclusion. Jerry Ryan is incredible in it. I don't think she was used enough. I'm looking forward to season 2, but I do want to know more about those space robots. I think there's one more, and then we get on to. I want to do some stuff with that calculator and see what we get.
Yep.
And we got Marek Zeonts for 10 PlayStation Era dollars. Can you ask him what my name means in numerology? Right. Yeah. Can you put it? Marek Zeonts. It's
maybe I can just give the website, like she can type it herself. Type in Gematrinator. It's like G-E-M. Sorry, in English. G-E-M-A-T-R-I-N-A-T-O-R.
Can you send me the link to it? Or can
find it?
Yeah, send me the link to it on Messenger, and I'll put it up. And then maybe Dundee for $2 says, does he know 4 is an unlucky number in Chinese?
Yeah, it's the number relating to death, actually.
Oh, right, okay. So, what happens if you put Elon Musk into that?
Elon Musk, it's a short name. He hasn't got many fun values. It's 110, 29. But if you put Starship...
Would you not think that the richest man in the world, or second richest now probably, would be part of this?
Elon Musk does rituals. Like, for example,
Yeah, but
Falcon...
his name isn't part of the whole ritual, though. So that's just a bit weird, right?
I don't think it was. He was born into it. I don't think it was born into it.
Right. So when it suits, they weren't born into it.
No, but now he's using it. Now he's using it. Like Starship, for example, it's the name of the new thing. And it has the same values as Elon Musk. And Falcon 9 is 33.
Starship is something that's been used for a long time, like in all of the Star Trek episodes. They call it Falcon for a reason. There's actually a specific reason behind it.
Like, for example, there was a big Starship rocket explosion, I think, from SpaceX that happened on the 9th of December 2020. So 12/9, the word explosion is 129. And it happened 12/9 was exactly 201 days before Elon Musk's birthday. So Elon Musk does ritual too, and he's part of it.
No, he doesn't. My God. Right. Do you know why the Falcon 9 was called the Falcon 9?
I'm sure you have an answer, but I know it was called that because it's 33.
No. The actual reason it was called the Falcon 9.
Because there were 8 Falcon before 9.
No, it was actually they kind of named it after the Millennium Falcon. The 9 refers to the 9 Merlin engines that power the first stage. So what happens if you put Millennium Falcon into that?
No, but I can give a related example. Like Star Wars came out when George Lucas was 33 years old.
Oh my God! Are you going to tell me Star Wars is part of the fucking conspiracy?
No, let me finish. Star Wars came out when George Lucas was 33 years old.
Yeah,
because Hollywood is controlled too, of course. And Lucasfilm is 33. And I'll type in Millennium Falcon is one. And also order can be reduced to 6. So order 66 is 666.
Execute order 66.
Yeah, that's not a surprise, okay.
No, there's a specific reason behind that. Oh my God.
But
I don't want to have to go into Star Wars lore for you to explain why it was Order 66.
But if you want to have someone that's better than me on this, maybe debate Zachary Hubbard, because I've been doing it for 1 year, and this guy is insane.
Honestly, numerology isn't my strong topic, okay? I'm a bit out of my depth with this because I've never studied numerology because, frankly, it's a load of horseshit. I could maybe try and find someone who is more versed in debunking the particular horseshit that is numerology. I just see it as everything that you've shown is correlation and not causation. BT Toast for $5 says, I was born in 88 and I turned 33 this year. 33 plus 88 times double infinity equals 121 equals 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4. Then incorporate the double infinity equals 44. So he's 44?
I lost you at multiplying by infinity or something like
that. Maybe Dundee. No, I've done that one. Joe Blocks for £2 says, I've changed my birth name. Which name do I use?
Do whatever you want. I don't
care. Usually the answer. Yeah, maybe J.O. Warren would actually be someone to do this, but he more debunks religious stuff, I guess.
Not really.
If your teacher wants to debate numerology, I will find a suitable opponent for him. All right,
okay.
Because, like I said, all right. Although I can't specifically debunk all the things that you have brought up, everything that you've brought up is just correlation as far as I'm concerned. I don't know enough specifically about numerology to specifically debunk your arguments. So, I'm always willing to admit when I'm not completely versed in a subject. So I can't offer you much of an argument beyond it's it it's a coincidence, and I see nothing more than that.
I mean, I'm really not surprised because it is the only thing you can say.
Yeah,
And
just
anyone
because.
that doesn't believe in that, this is the only thing they can say because this is.
But it's just the fact that a lot of names and stuff wouldn't match any of what you're saying, and there's always, oh well, Elon Musk wasn't born into it, even though Elon Musk is one of the most influential people on the planet at the moment. A mere tweet from Elon Musk can change the entire nature of the crypto coin market, right?
But
And
if you Elon Musk has been doing rituals, so he's part of it now. I'm not sure he was born into it, but he's using his name to name his ships, and he's giving his ships names that are 33. And I know you think it's because there are 9 reactors, and I'm sure you'll find an
there absolutely
explanation
are
for why
9,
Event
and
201 is called Event 201. But I'll give another example, an example that can speak to anyone. You know, April Fool's Day, okay? The day where everyone makes a joke. Joke in Gematria is 41
oh god,
and 14. Like 4/1 as you write it in the US and 1/4 as you write it in the rest of the world. So that's why on April 4 we do a tradition of making a joke to everybody. It comes from Gematria, and I personally think that we should learn that at school, but we don't because this knowledge is reserved to the elites. Okay, and there are a ton of other examples. Like I started, but this guy, he has everything in his brain. He's like a madman. He can calculate everything in his mind. He's so good. So I really advise, if you want to get deeper into it, invite him. I just wanted you to introduce you to this subject because I think it's really important. And if you don't want, you think it's not the cup of tea of this channel, I totally respect it. And I'm very thankful. I'm actually very thankful that you gave me an opportunity to introduce that to your audience. I know they're all saying it's bullshit, but even if there's like 5 people that might get interested into it, they soon know that it's not bullshit at all. And
well, like I said, I don't have specific arguments against the stuff that you brought up. It's just correlation as far as I'm concerned. For me, I like debating pseudoscience with idiots, and so I will try and arrange. Maybe you and your teacher can come on, and I can bring someone who's more versed in debating against numerology. I think maybe Martimer 81 might be a good choice. We'll see. Maybe even Professor Dave, because he did some stuff on numerology. We'll see. But no, thank you for coming on and blowing my mind with batshit crazy stuff. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being, you could have said no, it's not about flatters, I don't care, but you were open-minded. I think the debate was.
Yeah, I always enjoy the conversation, regardless of what it's about. But yeah, thank you very much. 44, I appreciate your time. I'm going to shut down the call now.
Even if the audience hates me, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your night.
All right, speak to you later. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Well, that was batshit crazy. Is that the right word? I think so. I had a good time though, a very good time. I hope you guys have enjoyed my my recent video and the shorts I've been doing. I've got a new episode of Flerfs Idiots in the works, and I've also got a couple other things in the works, including another guest spot on Simon Dan's for the end of May, and I've got a music video that I'm making for a rap that I did. Yes, you heard that. You heard that right. I did a rap. And I'm making a video for it for the there's 2 other people in it as well, so look out for that soon. But that has been an interesting discussion tonight, guys. I hope you've had a great time, because I have. I'm so confused. The past 2 streams has blown my fucking mind. And Monday is going to be amazing, because on Monday, Mallory is back and she's bringing her dad. If you haven't seen the stream with Mallory, go and check out the stream titled "Please Help Me, I Don't Know What's Going On." and you'll understand why I'm excited for Mallory coming back on Monday. Monday we'll also see a new episode of Globers and Goblins on the YouTube channel where we play D&D, Globers and Goblins. Make sure you check that out. Clive Wells says you promised never to sing again. I didn't sing, I rapped, Clive. Haha. It's a loophole, see? F'd Up World doesn't like my shorts. He says, my shorts are pretty uninteresting lately. I've only done 2 shorts, and I think they're pretty funny. F'd Up World, you and I need another discussion as well, so please come on sometime and have that conversation with me. But for tonight, I think we're going to close down. Roki Thane for $5 says, do whatever you want. Whoa, numerology sounds reliable now. Yeah, I agree. And Richard Puder for $2 says, I'm interested. Why was it Order 66? Always wondered. I'd have to go into my lore. There was a specific reason why. I can't really remember right now, but it's nothing to do with numerology. That's for sure. Golden Knight says, make sure you preview anything she plans to present before the stream. Yes, absolutely. I will be doing that because I'm not going to be showing furry foot fetish as evidence. Anyway, see you guys on Monday. Actually, see you tomorrow for an episode of Stupidity is Not a Right with Martimer81. That's going to be awesome. And then I will see you Monday for a new episode of Monday Night Debates with Mallory and her dad. Probably Wednesday with F'd Up World if you're up for it. And new episode of Flerfs Idiots will be out sometime next week as well, hopefully. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flatter. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the fight the fight. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the fight the fight. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the fight the fight. Fight the flat. 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 Fight the fight the fight. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Good night, y'all.